Hi actors, it is Wendy Elaine Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager in Los Angeles, California. How's everybody doing today? I just wanted to say hello and give you some very important information about booking the room. As an actor, actors are so concerned with booking the job that they forget that that is really not the reason that they're in the audition room. What did I say? That sounds very strange, doesn't it? Well, it's true. The chances of you actually booking the job are very, very, very slim. Think about it this way. You have 1,000 headshots come in for one role. What do you think your chances of booking that role are? It's very slim. So you're not going in there to book that job. You are going in there to book the room, to book that casting director as a fan for life. That means that you're going into audition to show him or her, the casting director, Madam Casting Director, that you are an amazing actor who was prepared, who was professional, who made interesting choices, and had a great positive attitude. And then left. And you are there to sell yourself as a really amazing actor who has the potential of doing some great work for them in a role someday when they have one that's right for you. That is the purpose of your audition. As an actor, that is how you should see every audition. You're going into that room to make a connection with the casting director, do some brilliant work, and create a fan. Then it is your responsibility to stay in touch with that casting director for the rest of your life. Okay? So there are two things you're doing. You are trying to build fans in the casting community so that in the future, when a role that is exactly right for you comes along, they think of you. And they put you with that role, and then you get the job. That could happen 5 years after you've met the casting director. So you don't need to worry about that. What you have to do, and here's part 2, is be building your relationships with casting directors all the time. It's not going to work to go see a casting director one time and then you never see them again for 2-3 years. That is not how you build a relationship with a casting director. You want to see that casting director every few months, over and over again. Not only in regular auditions that your agent or you get yourself, but you're in casting director workshops. And some people don't like casting director workshops. Some people love them. They have worked very well for many actors who have built relationships with casting directors by seeing them over and over. You also stay in touch with them in between workshops, sending them postcards or a handwritten note that says, "Thank you so much for the opportunity to get to meet you and show you my work. And here's a video of a new scene that I did, or a new film I was in, or a new commercial I did, or I just booked a film, or a short, or a webisode." And you stay in touch with them every 3 months, showing them that you're committed, you're active in the business, you're an active actor. Invite them to your plays, invite them to screenings, but become build and water your relationship so that relationship will grow over time. This is not a business that happens like overnight. Okay, this is like, it's like a garden. You've got to water it, and you got to put like fertilizer in there, and you got to neutralize put nutrients in the soil. You got to build this garden. So your relationships with casting directors are a process that takes years to build. And you have your target list, okay? So say you have 10 shows that you're really, really right for. And you figure out on IMDb Pro who casts those shows. Now you go see those casting directors. They are on your target list. You see them every 3 months, wherever they are. I always go to workshopguru.com, which gives you a list of it's a website that you can use that tells you where all your casting directors are all the time, where they're going to be workshopping all over the place. So you don't just go to workshops random willy-nilly, but you actually can say, okay, I'm going to see Geraldine Flood. I go onto Workshop Guru, here's where she's going to be this year or this month or next month, and then I make a calendar and I'm going to see her then. Then 3 months later I'm going to see her here. Then 3 months later I'm going to see her here. And so you have an idea of what you're going to do for the whole year. And you have 20 casting directors on your list, or 10, that are shows that are right for you, that you should probably be able to get a co-star or guest star role on if those people know that you exist and fall in love with your work. and you go see those casting directors over and over and stay in touch with them in between those workshops, okay? Then also on that connection list, the contact book list that you're creating for yourself, like your multi-million-dollar Rolodex of important contacts, you should also be doing that with filmmakers that you meet. Say you're at a film festival and you meet a filmmaker. Put that filmmaker on that list of your contacts too, and keep in touch with them every few months. Send them clips, let them know about projects you're doing, invite them to screenings and etc. Invite them to plays and stuff like that. This is a business you have to be in for the long haul. This takes years and years and years to cultivate these wonderful relationships. But once you have these relationships in place, they can do amazing things for you. And your goal is to give to these relationships, not just be there to take, but how can you service the relationships that you are creating? How can you be of service? If you see that they are rescuing animals, maybe you could show up and help them at the rescue. If they need a hand, on one of their projects, you could offer a hand. Remember to say happy birthday to them or happy holidays. Get to know them on a personal level in a professional way. Try to find something that you both really love and you're both passionate and excited about, and stay connected with each other on that issue. But figure out how you can start to create a personal relationship with them. And I mean this in a completely professional way. I do not mean, you call them and talk about your personal problems or your personal life or any of that kind of stuff. I'm talking about if you know that they're volunteering for a charity and you want to get to know that casting director better, I would mosey my butt down to that charity and join it too. Because for the next 2 or 3 years, you're working side by side with that casting director on a mutual activity that helps children or abused children or, abandoned pets. You will bond with that person on a personal level. And that person will be in the position to help you or you help them in the future. So it's that kind of attention to your relationships that you need to create. That kind of energy will create real relationships, authentic relationships built on real connection. And when you have friends like that, you're willing to do anything for them and they're willing to do anything for you. And that's where you're going to get jobs from. Interesting, huh? Great secret from a Hollywood talent manager. Stay in touch with me. Subscribe to my channel. I always have more videos. Lots of free information, of course. Go to my website, secretsofAHollywoodtalentmanager.com for more information.